Hey everybody, welcome back to another B4 golf video. Today we're going to go over my swing. We hit a couple shots there on the range the other day with a 7-iron and one with a driver, kind of from different angles so you can see different setups and stuff. But if you guys would like for us to take your swing and break it down and let you know maybe what you need to work on or things we can see, shoot a video over to our Facebook page. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll pick a few of them and do a feature video of breakdowns of your guys' swings and what we see, what maybe you could work on, and maybe even set up something down the road where we could meet up with you and practice on a range together or something. But for today, Seth, we got the iPad hooked up to the TV here. He's going to do some critiquing, show you just how bad my lineup and everything is. This is coming from a guy who really didn't think he was that far off on his golf swing, but after watching it, I got a little bit of work to do. So Seth's going to take over here and let you see exactly what he sees.
All right, so first couple things that we want to discuss. If you're making any of these changes, realize that a small change is a big change in golf, so you can't change all this stuff at once. This is going to be a process, and we're going to look at probably about 4 or 5 different things that Josh is going to work on over the summer to help his golf swing. And then in the next couple of videos, we're actually going to do some training on how to make these changes. So if you deal with one of these, then this would be a kind of a perfect set of videos to watch and work on your golf swing. So first, from this angle, it's kind of difficult to see. And I don't know how well these lines are going to draw in, but Josh's shoulders are pointed left of his target. His feet, and it's hard to see the back foot, but I know because I've seen it before, his feet aim significantly right of his target, and then you can see his club. Here is his line. And so a couple different things on golf. The most important thing is grip, stance, posture, and alignment. And so we've got to get those things right to make a good golf swing. And right off the bat, Josh is club's aiming where he wants to go. His feet are aimed right. His shoulders are aimed left, and we're gonna get those things squared up. The other one is he has a baseball grip that we're gonna get rid of that too. We're gonna work on that. We'll kind of show you that one here in just a second.
That one's going to be tough because I've already tried that a little bit, and old habits die hard, we'll say.
So if we're starting this way, there's going to be some bad things that happen. We have to manipulate the golf swing a bunch to make a proper impact going back to the target line. But if we start by going back, he starts moving back. If we watch, this move right here is the big one for Josh, and I'm trying to slow this down enough that you can see it. But as he goes back right here, you see this move?
How you can see how my hands come from here up and over this way.
Yes, this is an over-the-top move, and this will create a fade. This is what 99% of amateur golfers do. They bring it back, they come over the top, they think that's what's going to create power, and actually it does the exact opposite. It kills your power, and it does create the left to right ball place, that slice. So most of the guys you see out there are whacking them into the trees, the slice, that's the move that creates that. And so this is probably Josh's biggest one. Now, he gets back to impact pretty good, and his shoulders, notice where his shoulders were at start, and now they're here. I mean, we've moved a lot, and you'll see it in a different video. And then if we pop just through right about there, let me draw. We are the big bogey boys.
You don't really have to point that out, you jerk face.
All right.
That's a lot of good eating.
So let's see it from a different angle. That will help. All right, so here's a different angle. This one is more telling of the swing. What I want you to notice real quick, Josh, before anything, the position you're in right now is a whole lot closer to what we want it to be. Okay?
My hand's in that close?
Yes, the hands just drop, and we'll look at this at a different time, but this is where a whole lot closer to where you need to be, and you can see as he goes to the ball, what he does is he reaches way out there to get to it, okay? And I'm gonna draw a couple lines. First one from the foot up to the hip, and then from the hip up to the head. We'll circle the head for a second, because it's, watch what happens with the head.
Just the head, not my fat gut again.
Now this time the club is pointed around this line, feet are pointed about this line, and the shoulders, this is a hard angle to draw this, but it's somewhere along this, kind of with it close to the same angle as the spine.
Feet and shoulders are somewhat close to the same lineup.
Yeah, so we've got things all these things need to be in one path, and they're not. We'll worry about fixing that. The thing I want you to notice here, you can't quite tell by the picture, but his weight is all back here on his heels. He's rocked back on his heels. We want it up on the toes, and these are again all things that we're going to look at in how we actually improve these things.
So do you want this line to be more straight up and down?
Yeah, your hip should be somewhere closer to this point.
Okay.
And well, if we back it up to where you were here, notice the difference. That's a whole lot closer, right about there. That's a whole lot closer to where we want to be than
where I am.
Yeah, we'll look at that in a few. But if we start back, the swing, he comes back. Okay, so this plane, see this plane right here backing through? Pretty good. Now here, the move that we looked at just from the other angle, you're gonna see it pretty dramatically here. It comes back, and then watch the right shoulder go towards the ball. See him lunge forward, and now he's coming over the top, completely different angle. This angle, we'll change the color. This is the swing angle at the ball. If we back it up, notice the path that he's coming back. He's bringing it back at a completely different path. It's more along this line, which isn't so bad. It's just the fact that we go from there to over the top down that line. That's the slice that we're talking about. That's the over the top move. We lose a lot of power. We're going to lose accuracy. Ball's going to be, sometimes we're going to get our hands released, it's going to go left. Sometimes we're not, it's going to go far right. We have to time all this stuff perfectly. The other one I want you to notice is watch the head. So in this swing, where his head should be staying still, as he goes back, the head starts going up, 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 up towards the sky.
And back.
Yes, and so we really don't want that elevation change. We want to stay very grounded to that same spot we start. And then as we go back down through the ball, we come down, and we don't ever get back down to that point. So now we're really extending our arms. I mean, you create some power there, but the consistency's gone. So these are some of the things that we're going to look at fixing on this. Is one, getting our alignment straight, the club face at the target, shoulders, hips, all of those in the same line, getting our posture where it needs to be, where our weight's on our toes, and we're going to work on the grip. Those are some of the things that we're going to look at there. Let's look at the next angle. Okay, here's the third angle. Now we obviously know that he's aiming right, the club's aiming at the target, shoulders, all that stuff. We're not going to see it from this angle, but what I want us to look at is the head. We draw a circle around the head, and we start this swing.
And obviously this is with a 7-iron again, not the driver anymore.
Yeah, and so we start by the move back. Watch the head goes behind the ball, which is not that big of a deal. But as you notice that he starts raising up. Now we've went from here up to here. And so we've come up off the ball, which means we either got to go back down to the ball significantly, or we've got to really reach for it. And that's kind of what you do, Josh, is you then come, well, watch the head go forward in front of the ball. And now we're really reaching for the shot. And then somehow your head goes back to the regular position. So it goes behind it, goes in front of it, comes back.
I'm just a magician.
Now, here's some nice things. This triangle through the ball, that's really nice. The release is nice. So there's a lot of good things that we can take from it. So what you want to know is this: is don't ever take a golf swing, criticize every little flaw, and not see some of the positives that you want to keep, and make little incremental changes in this. So again, come back. The things we're looking at, we know our alignment is all out of whack. Our grip, you can see this old baseball grip. That's gonna be a change.
I was a pretty good baseball player
Well,
when I was 10.
so we come back. Again, head moves around. We come over the top pretty soon.
Yeah, right there, you can see me
See that over the top?
sway over. And I'll tell you guys what that constitutes from or came from. When I was taking my golf lessons when I was 12, I could not get the ball off of the ground. Would you knock that off? Just wait till your popped out one day and we start drawing circles on yours.
Big belly boys.
Yeah, the big belly boys. Anyway, I went to those lessons and I couldn't get an iron off of the ground. And I asked the guy, how do I get my iron shots up in the air? And he told me come down at a steeper angle with the ball. And that way I guess, what in his mind I was going to hit and shoot it up in the air. Well, lo and behold, it started working. So I'm guessing I started developing that over the top so I could come down at a more severe angle to hit the ball from 25 years ago, and it just kind of stuck in my swing, and I never really realized what I was doing. But like Seth said, all of this leads to inconsistency, which if anybody has ever golfed with me knows I can go out one day and shoot, used to be able to go out and shoot 74, 75, and go out the next day and shoot 85. So there's a lot of truth in what he's saying. That's why I'm trying to break this down and fix it.
Yeah, and so the what you just said though, the loft of the club does make the ball get in the air. So you don't have to scoop it. You do drive down through the ball, hit the ball first. Those are some correct concepts, but forcing it is another thing. And so these are the few changes that we're looking at: the alignment, the grip, the posture, our weight up on our toes, and fixing this over the top move. And those are a lot of changes. So that's going to be an all summer long project to get there. And we'll show you some videos after. But that's the end of this one. But we want you to remember to like this, subscribe to it, post a video of your swing at the beginning of the year.
On our Facebook channel.
On the Facebook page. And what we'll do is we'll draw a winner. We'll break your swing down and add it to one of these videos, and probably try to get you out someday and do a video with you another time. But thanks again for being part of it today.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.